Christmas and happy holidays, my friends. What an absolutely wild ride this year has been for all of us, but we powered through. We made it to the end. That deserves a pat on the back. That deserves a celebration in itself. I don't know about you guys, but over these past few months, it was the Nintendo Switch that really helped me overcome the challenges of this year. I'm the type of person who is so used to being out and about doing things, but this past year, like the rest of the world, I really had to take a step back, and doing so gave me a lot of time to do things I never thought I would actually have the time to do, like catch up on my backlog of games. If there's one good thing, one positive to come out of 2020, it's that there's been no shortage of incredible games, and the Nintendo Switch, it's no exception to this. The Switch was already stacked with so many amazing games to play, but throughout 2020, its library continued to grow week after week after week. So with that said, let's take a look back on this past year and talk about some of the best Nintendo Switch games that you need to play this holiday season and, well, quite frankly, beyond that as well. What is up, my friends? It's Ray back here, and it is time to celebrate. It's the holiday season. We made it to the end of 2020. So to continue the festive spirit, let's talk about 10 of the best Nintendo Switch games of 2020. Despite this year being a total bummer for the most part, there have been many bright spots, many positives, especially in the world of tech and games. The Nintendo Switch might not be the new console on the block this holiday season, but the system is still as hot as ever with an incredible growing library of games behind it. Before we continue on with this video though, I just want to remind you guys to smash that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon so you can be notified by YouTube whenever I decide to live stream and upload new videos. There is so much content coming down the pipeline that I don't want you guys to miss a thing. So with that out of the way, let's get to talking about these games worth playing. First up is Paper Mario: The Origami King. Origami King is without a doubt a top 3 2020 Switch game for me, and for good reason. I'm a huge fan of Paper Mario games, and Nintendo hit a home run here with Origami King. The graphics are gorgeous, the levels are incredibly creative, and not to mention the toads. The toads that you unfold along the way add so much personality to the game. I don't remember the last time a game made me laugh out loud the way that Origami King did. It's just so creative in every sense of the word. If there's one game that you absolutely need to play on the Switch right now if you haven't played it already, it is Paper Mario: The Origami King. Next on the list is Animal Crossing New Horizons. New Horizons is arguably the Switch's game of the year, and like Origami King, it's in my top 3 Switch games of 2020. In fact, it's right behind it at number 2. New Horizons came out at a time when everybody needed it most, and the game just ate away at most of our lives, immersing us for hours upon hours on end. While the initial hype has kind of faded, New Horizons is still very much active, and it's one I don't see slowing down anytime soon. If you're looking to create your own island paradise with adorable, lovable villagers, New Horizons is a game that you absolutely need to start. Do be mindful though of how many hours that you log into the game, because they can rack up pretty quickly. Next up at number 3 on the list, and the final game in my top 3 Switch games of 2020, is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. I absolutely love Dynasty Warriors games back in the day, so the Hyrule Warriors series is just a true treat for me. These games are packed with adventure, fast-paced action, and an intense storyline to match. Age of Calamity is set 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, so the game is a prequel that showcases the intense battles that unfolded prior. If I talk any more about it, I'll give away spoilers, and that's something I don't want to do. Whether you played Breath of the Wild or not, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity is a game that anyone can jump right into for some intense hack and slash action and an awesome story to match. Next here is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Xenoblade Chronicles is one of those series I never really had the chance to dive into, and I finally had the chance to give it a try earlier this year on the Switch. Featuring an intense storyline between the battles of Men and Mechon, this Definitive Edition is a remake of the original Xenoblade Chronicles originally released on the Wii. The graphics, the soundtrack, and overall gameplay have all been enhanced to fit right at home here on the Switch. I didn't expect to get as hooked on this RPG as I did, but it is just so immersive. The game literally offers hundreds of hours of gameplay. There's just so much to do and so much to explore. At number 5 on my list is Hades. Hades is one of, if not the best overall game of 2020. Its intense battles in the underworld typically result in death, forcing you to restart from scratch. But what's unique is that this game acknowledges everything that happens and evolves with it over the course of time. Hades is one of the best roguelike games to date, and it's very easy for me to recommend picking up and diving into it. There's a reason this game is as popular as it is. It is really that good. Next on the list is another game that came from out of nowhere and one that I really enjoyed this past year, Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. While this wasn't the longest game out there, Battle Through Time really surprised me, and it became one of my favorites due to its solid story, intense battles, and overall awesome adventure that it brought to the table. I've always loved watching the Samurai Jack cartoon back in the day on Toonami, and Battle Through Time is an awesome game that pays homage to the series that touched so many of our lives during our childhood. If you're looking for an action-packed adventure game to play, this is it. Whether you're a fan of Samurai Jack or not, I feel like anybody who enjoys action-packed adventure games is gonna love this one right here. Moving on, at number 7 is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. This one is much different than the other games on this list, but that's for good reason. Home Circuit is one of those games that we never saw coming, and it's Nintendo's latest ambitious project that brings Mario Kart to your home. The game takes a Mario or Luigi RC racer that you control with your Nintendo Switch and race around custom designed courses that you place around your home. As you can imagine, you can get incredibly creative with this. While Home Circuit is a different kind of Mario Kart experience, it is an absolute blast to play. Just take normal everyday household items, make a course, and race around it anytime you want. You can do it with friends, race in multiplayer, things like that. It is really tons of fun. Continuing on down the list here is Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Pikmin is one of those incredibly underrated series that doesn't get nearly as much love as it should. Explore vast planets while using your Pikmin to solve puzzles, defeat enemies, and survive another day in the wild. Deluxe is a remake of Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, and it fits right at home here on the Switch. Pikmin is one of the most unique series that Nintendo has ever created, and Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch is the best way to dive in and experience the series for yourself. There's no knowledge or previous Pikmin experience required. It's very welcoming to just jump right in. Next up is Ring Fit Adventure. Even though this game released in 2019, I feel like 2020 is when it really truly picked up and shined. With everything going on in the world, Ring Fit Adventure became the at-home workout that everybody wanted to be a part of, selling out nearly everywhere that you looked. While things have kinda settled and Nintendo has replenished the stock like tenfold now, there's never been a better time to start your adventure and break a sweat in Ring Fit Adventure. Like I said earlier, it's the at-home workout that everybody wants to be a part of, and if you're not sweaty and sore by the end of it, well, you're really not doing it right. Ring Fit Adventure is quite intense. And last but not least here on my list is the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. During Nintendo's September Direct, they announced a slew of amazing ways that they were going to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Super Mario series, and 3D All-Stars, it was a game that was rumored, but it was also a surprise because I don't think anyone really expected it to happen. Featuring Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy all on one game, 3D All-Stars is one of those collections that just takes you back to the good old days of platform gaming. You know, the simpler times when things were all about just picking up and making progress in video games. If you haven't played any of these classics, 3D All-Stars is an amazing way to experience these 3 timeless Super Mario masterpieces. Just an FYI that this collection is only available until March 31st, 2021, so if you want to hop in and play this game, you definitely should sooner rather than later. So there you have it, my top 10 Nintendo Switch games of 2020. 2021, I don't know what we're gonna expect for the Switch, but there are tons of incredible rumors of games to play. But even if you're not looking forward to those upcoming games, or even if you don't want to wait that long, there are countless incredible games, as I shared with you guys here today, 10 of them. There are so many out there that you can just dive right into right now and enjoy the Switch for what it offers. Its library is absolutely incredible. Anywho, that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did and you liked what you saw, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it always helps out the channel. And until the next one, I'll catch you guys later. Peace!